Thanks for the F Shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys? How you know who we are?
What's this they call it, the podcast?
Morning Good.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, by the way, shout out to Tim's Braids Box.
Welcome to Morning Good.
All right, now we're restarting with Nicholas Taylor.
Hello.
And Ryan Thomas.
Hi.
And I'm back from an adventure. I went to Providence this weekend. Have you guys ever been to Providence?
Rhode Island?
Yes.
No.
Also, knock this shit down. This shit does not need to be in the way.
The vacuum?
Yeah, it's very
that
distracting.
vacuum shows that you got money, man. That's a nice vacuum.
Do poor people not have vacuums?
What? No, but that's a nice. Is that not a Dyson?
Yeah.
Dyson. Poor people don't have
Dyson's
Dysons,
nice.
dude.
Oh, okay. That's just what my girlfriend required. She wanted she's very...
Yeah, she wanted a nice vacuum.
Yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
have a vacuum.
I like one that plugs in. You don't have to, charges. You don't have to plug it in.
You have ultimate freedom.
You don't have to do the whole, you don't have to jump rope while you're cleaning the house.
I miss the cord. The cord takes me back to my youth.
Yeah.
We used to have a vacuum. No, shut up, Michael. We used to have a vacuum.
In my head, I'm like, oh, you're not talking about fucking vacuums to start the goddamn podcast. But what kind of vacuum did you have? The listeners would love to hear.
We had a vacuum we got from a yard sale, but it had a meter that showed you like how clean the floor was getting.
Yeah.
So like you go over a place, it was like a red, and you're like, nah, fuck this. We're gonna get it yellow, then we're gonna get orange, then we're gonna get green, and then you go to the next spot. It was like a perfect vacuum for autism. It was fantastic.
Oh, nice.
I like to think of you guys like trying to haggle with them at a yard sale too over the vacuum.
Oh yeah, my dad was very good at that.
Every time.
Yeah. It was my dad, my mom, and then our Mexican neighbors. Just haggling away.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you ever put your dick in a vacuum cleaner? I had to bring a morning spit.
Oh,
I haven't. No. Have you?
No, I was always terrified. I feel like it would
You
rip your dick
didn't?
off.
I'm shocked that you did not.
I put my dick in a lot of weird things.
Yeah.
Like?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, the weirdest thing I put my dick in. Oh, this is fucked up. Okay, this is really fucked up. Okay.
A vacuum that wasn't on?
I tried to put my dick in something when I was like probably I shouldn't say, but I should say. So I was probably like 10.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fine.
Wow.
And
you were.
Put your dick in anything when you're 10.
My sister had a toy that was like a Barbie head. It was like a life-size Barbie head.
Nice.
And she was like...
Sorry, a life-size Barbie head?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Right, very Jeffrey Dahmer-esque.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was just the head.
It was just the head, and its mouth opened. And I remember trying to put my finger in
what are
there,
you
and my dick couldn't fit in it, so I didn't. But what I did, I didn't have sex with it.
Oh, your dick was too big?
Yes.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. It was fucking huge.
Even
man.
as a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Good
But
for you.
I remember having no perception of things. Like I look at things, I was like, "Can I put my penis inside?" I was like, "I don't think I can."
But they did that on purpose. They were
Yeah,
like,
they measured a
so many
10-year-old's
people were going to
penis.
try to have sex with his head.
But I remember too, is like my sister was done playing with it. Like I was not like gonna fuck something that like and then give it back to a family member. I was like, it was like a toy that was like in like a bin, and I was like, all right, nobody's gonna know about this. But I'll look like a fucking serial killer from just fucking the corpse of a Barbie head.
You just had your Batman and Spider-Man watching you have sex with her Barbie.
Yeah, but you like to fuck this Spider-Man. Yeah, you'll never get this.
You sit down and you watch.
I've already tried. It's too small.
She chose me.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think it's weird to be 10 and like sticking your dick in things.
No. But it was just somebody else's thing that feels like, you know what I mean? Because my sister was so much younger that's weird to like, but also I couldn't ejaculate that. I was just putting things in weird spots. Like there was, I remember the one thing I fucked, I was in a waiting room. Sorry, morning good listeners have heard this story. But I'm going to go into it. I was in a waiting room one time and there was the game that, it was a book that had a sock puppet. Like it was like a little worm sock puppet.
Oh, yeah, I know that book.
Yeah, and I fucked the shit out of that thing. Yeah. I just fucking, yeah.
You did successfully?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
completion?
Well, I couldn't come. There's like a year of me mastering that I couldn't come, which was amazing because your whole body would freak out.
You were orgasming
Yeah.
but you couldn't. Nothing was coming out.
Right. God's like, you're not supposed to jizz. I'm like, shut up. You don't control
Came
me.
without jizzing?
Yeah.
I remember that early.
Yeah.
Way like a long. Yeah.
It was a great
You guys
existence.
are little perverts, little
Yeah.
sluts.
Yeah.
Self-pleasuring sluts. That's crazy.
Yeah.
First time I masturbated, I fucking nutted. I don't
Really?
know. I don't know. I was probably like 14 or something though. It was like a long time coming.
But it
Yeah.
sucked because then you started to ejaculate and you were like, now we have to clean.
Yeah. I remember the first time it was like a
Oh.
tear. It was God crying. He's like,
The loss of innocence.
yeah, what has my son done?
Damn,
Yeah.
dude, that must have been you were doing it a lot because all you had in the bank was that single tear.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it comes in like I couldn't have just shot a rock. It's not like one day you just start jizzing. It's
You
like
weren't
I start-
producing a lot.
Well, yeah, and I used to piss after jerking off, and I'm like, what a fucking big old load this is. It's fucking piss.
You invented squirting.
Yeah. Wait, that's interesting. Women can squirt, but guys can't squirt. I never thought about that.
What do you mean? Every time we nut, we squirt.
It's not the same thing. So, like, a woman coming is different than a woman squirting because squirt has piss in it. So there's no male equivalent to squirting.
Dude, I mean, there's got to be dudes out there that love coming and pissing at the same time.
You can't come and piss at the same time though. That's impossible. Isn't it impossible?
Well, I mean, you could probably follow it up.
immediately.
You chase it with,
But it's not this. It's like your body
like
has
a
to convulse.
pickleback, but a fucking piss back.
Yeah.
Because like a squirt is like the body convulses so much that it like releases the piss. Like the orgasm so much that like so you'd have to be coming so hard that you start pissing.
Have y'all ever fucking looked up this squirt piss thing? I don't know anyone who's looked it up. I
haven't.
only know people that say squirt is piss, and then you ask like, "Wait, is it really?" And people are like, "I don't know."
I go off like Barstool reels where it's like a woman, she's like, squirt as piss. And then I'm like, all right, she's kind of hot, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. What does Dave Portnoy say?
How many
about
likes
that?
did that get? Okay, I trust it.
I'm like,
Squirt is hot. I is hot. Mike's like, that's the expert.
yeah.
Squirt and piss. You can't pronounce squirt or piss.
That's
She's
why I
the expert.
pass. But yeah, she does.
Right.
I always hear mixed reviews.
I don't think it must be similar. It must be related. It might come out the urethra, but like it can't be because bitches be squirting a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
And, like there's no way. Also,
And they
it's
like
not-
sprinkle it. It's like going crazy. It's like all over the
Yeah.
place.
and it's not the same color. Have you ever seen a chick squirt and it be yellow? Ever?
There's like a tint.
Mm.
There's like a tint.
Have you seen the tint
Yes.
up close?
No, that's a good point.
I've never seen the tint. It's
I've
always
never
clear liquid.
experienced it live.
Yeah, my
know-
sheets are white.
Yeah.
It's always just been just like water hits the thing.
I just picture you in like a science lab, like instead of glasses, you got goggles. And you're looking at the sheet up with like a little thing. Like,
Trying to catch it in a beaker.
no, slow down.
God, why is the aperture on the thing so small?
One thing I used to fuck Gatorade bottles a lot, but it
I was
like
gonna
when
say gay dudes, but
gauge it a lot.
Yeah,
I was like, wait till this is a vagina.
you fuck Gatorade bottles?
yeah, because it was
The
like a
wide
wider.
mouth?
Yeah.
You have a big dick, Mike?
No, I do not have a big dick. No.
How big is the
But the
wide
wide mouth makes it easier to get inside.
I'm telling you, once you stick your penis in an object, the object gets smaller than you think it is. Like, because I used to think I could fuck a water bottle, and then I tried it as a kid. I was like, and I never had a big dick, still don't. But I remember as a water bottle, I would try that, and I'm like, oh, it looks like I'm about to move up to Gatorade. And then I'm just like, hey, Mom, do we have any Gatorade bottles? I made an at-home fleshlight before. You ever do that?
No, how'd you do it?
You take 2 sponges, you put them in a cup, and then you take a surgical glove and you wrap it around that, and then you fill it with like lube, and you have sex with it.
Nice.
We don't have sex with it. You put your. It's not sex. That's what you're saying.
If you make
sex
love
with
to
you're
it.
like, yeah. You're
All right,
choking.
Maria, let me love you down real
Yeah.
quick. Wait, how'd you figure it out? Did you Google
I saw like
it?
a meme about it. I'm like, yeah, that's hilarious. All right, let me go ahead and see if we have these products.
Have you made anything like this?
No. The closest I've gotten was when I was a kid. There's a weird thing. I can't really describe it, but I guess now that I brought it up, I have to say it. Okay. We had like a little toy, and it was like a little speedboat that you could take a bath in.
Okay.
And there was like some part of the speedboat. I can't even like tell you what.
Wait, it was a speed boat that you could take a bath in. What toy is
No,
this?
sorry. You couldn't take a bath in. You took a bath with the speedboat.
Okay,
You know,
I
it
was
like-
Would
so
you wind
confused.
it up and then it would just go?
No, it was just like one of those. It was hand powered,
Okay.
hand powered speedboat.
I pictured just like a Spanish man on the front of a boat, and then you kids are just in the bathing inside of it, like a real speedboat. What toy is this?
That was a toy. Was my dad's friend's yacht.
Yeah. You guys know you had that toy, but you.
So there was like a little like gap somewhere on the speedboat. It wasn't a circle gap. It was like a square gap. But I could basically like pinch my dick inside of that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I couldn't even like masturbate. Like there was no lubrication. The shape wasn't right, but it was just
Yeah.
something to stick my dick into.
In the water.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? This is not working. So then I got.
What if you got your dick just stuck inside the speedboat?
Son
Oh, I
of a-
did.
That'd be oh my god.
Yeah, I did. I had to wait for it to get unhard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh my
It
gosh.
was so hot.
Yeah.
You just had
It's
to
so
wear
funny.
it out.
Like I was young enough to where like no part of me, it wasn't like masturbatory at all.
Mm.
It was just like I have a penis and it needs to go somewhere
Pressure.
for some reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then it was that. And then I was like, but that was kind of nice. So then I graduated to shampoo bottle.
Mm.
And
That's how
then,
you get hurt.
how? How do you get hurt with the
The
shampoo?
stingingness in it. Like
Get
once the
inside.
chemical gets
Oh,
inside.
yeah, you're right. I did get hurt.
He just
So then
thought he
I
had
went
like
to
an STD before. He's like, yeah.
that fucking dirty ass Pantene
Yeah.
Pro-V. Fucking yuck. No, I did. It stung, and then I switched to conditioner, and then conditioner didn't sting.
Dude, that was like that. I remember that being like a
That's
like,
why God took your hair. He was like, yo.
fucking guy doesn't deserve the gift I've given him. That's not at all what I made conditioner for.
Dude, I remember that being like word on the street. Like people were like, "Yo, you know what I heard? Her conditioner doesn't cause a pee-pee ting that hurts."
Word, all the pleasure, none of the pain. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were the two things. Everything else was me literally just like playing with my dick. And I don't mean jacking off. I mean like, you guys ever do the thing? I was just talking to friends about this. Comics, obviously, where you like just like literally punch.
Not
it.
work friends. This is about water cooler. You ever just punch your penis? Yeah.
Like the toy, like the clown toy that
Yes.
goes down.
Just punching
yeah.
your penis?
yeah, just bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. No, I've never punched it.
I've done that, like a little bit of that.
I feel like a dork because I didn't have sex with any of my toys growing up.
nerd, yeah.
You didn't?
I don't think so. I think like the only thing I remember is like just like humping like the couch or like the ground.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
like,
That's
just-
classic.
Yeah.
The
Just
arm. Look at that arm.
The
the
arm.
dog.
Yeah.
The cat.
Shout out to the cat.
You know, girls did
My
that
uncle.
too.
Humped stuff.
Oh, word? You want to talk about it?
No. No. I made too many of these jokes. My uncles are great people. Genuinely awesome people. I was never molested.
We have to. Well, it doesn't matter that their technique was good, dude.
no.
Still
0
wrong what
6
they did.
with any
We
family.
have to
member.
Take it
be
easy.
here
They
for our
sponsor
friend
the
right now.
podcast.
Yeah. Just calling. You better knock it off with that
Yeah.
cock.
For daddy comes over and makes you knock it off.
I told you that happened after a show recently where I had like these general pedophile jokes, and the guy like wouldn't accept it. He goes, "Hey man, really loved your set, but I'm really sorry about all that stuff with your uncle." And I was like, "No, I wasn't molested. I'm just talking about general pedophiles." And he's like, "You don't have to justify yourself.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
care of yourself. Have a great night." And
Everyone-
I was like, "I was not."
Wow, what a fucking hero.
Yeah.
Everyone expresses it in a different way. I understand where you're coming from.
Denial. That's always
Yeah.
the dumbest thing. People always be like, with drug addiction, like the first step is denial. It's like everybody's going. It's like, are you addicted to heroin? No. Denial. It's like I've never even done heroin, so I can't like.
Maybe, that's tough. Maybe he'd experienced it.
Yeah.
that
he,
sounds
and
true.
he was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to.
That's
He's like, everybody has done it. I just trying to like normalize it. Everybody. I'm not even.
You'll probably do it someday to some kid.
Yeah.
But did you guys know that chicks humped shit too as kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I
so,
heard
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
like playing around with like jets and hot tubs. And
It's so
stuff?
funny because that just obviously it's weird. Like because I'm a guy, I hear about guys doing it. I'm like, those boys roughhousing around, and then women are doing. I'm like, no, not until they're 18 should their fucking thing be anything
Yeah.
near a thing.
Yeah,
I don't even want to say vagina when it comes to something. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, they've been coming for a long time. A lot of them. They stumbled upon it and then they found out. And like, what I'm saying is, we never had a chance.
Yeah.
Like to be able to compete with the jacuzzi jet.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
How are we gonna do that?
You should have put it on your dick and fucked a girl with the speedboat on your dick.
Now that you bring up the jacuzzi jet, I never had sex with it, but I definitely would like stand in front
You
of
talk
that.
to it a little bit.
Yeah, I'd whisper to it. Can you push that button, Dad?
I
Yeah.
thought maybe if you were like not busy later.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm gonna get you out of this place. He's not good to you. Yeah.
The jacuzzi jet, I think I'll still do that. I think I'll still chill in front of it.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
feeling is a good feeling.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that feeling in a long
I've used a
time.
back massager before.
You wait, what?
A back massager?
Like the handheld, like the gun.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you do with it?
You put it on your dick and it just like shakes it until you come, but it like
That wasn't like too intense.
oh, it does it. Your dick, the inside of your penis itches afterwards, which I don't know what that means, but it's like
It's
the
blood flow.
Yeah. The nerves are just like confused. They're like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is going on? This is not a vagina. But there's a weird thing where it's like it gets a lot of the jizz out of you. You know, how, like sometimes you jizz and you're like, that wasn't all of it.
Yeah.
And then like 2 minutes later it leaks. It gets all of it out because it's just shaking it like it's interrogating it. It's like, get out. Dude, one time I was on a summer or a spring break cruise in college, and I drew a a face on my dick with marker. And I took videos of my girlfriend's phone of me just like interrogating my
He got
penis.
himself before he passed out.
just draw dicks all on my face. Nice try. You guys are gonna get me. Already beat you to it.
Fucking PR 101. We got to break the story first. We got to control the narrative.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I drew it, and then the videos they'd be like, "Help me, help me!" I'd be like, "Shut up! Where's the money?" I'd like put it in like water, and she just woke up with it on her phone. She's like, "This is the funniest thing I've ever seen before." Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. You've
Yeah.
gone past dick pics into dick movies, dick flicks.
Yeah.
Dick flicks are where it's at.
Yeah.
What a pioneer.
Oh, dude, I haven't wanted.
To be fair, though, I don't have a lot of diversity with actors, though. Like, I'm not gonna do blackface. I don't know where the line gets drawn there, but
Oh man,
put
I
a
want a
straw hat on
girlfriend
my
now.
penis.
That's real love. That's real love.
yeah.
Like you fuck up and it's like, dear Marguerite,
Yeah, sending a video.
Ryan wants you to know that he's very sorry
About cheating on you.
don't want to see his face right now. He understands it, but I just want you to know it's mostly my fault. And also a little bit your fault. But it's not Ryan's fault at all.
And then you realize you text your mom. You're like, fuck.
Dude, my mom got my dick pics through the iCloud. That was a bad time in my life.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
Was she proud of what she made?
No. Didn't talk to me for like 2 months.
Really?
And then, yeah. It was so funny because in my mind, it was like a
Well, your
dark...
mom didn't.
Yeah, in my mind, it was like a dark time. I was like, this isn't funny. And then 2 months later, I'm like, this is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. That is
mom?
super embarrassing, but it's
Saw
also
your
your
adult
mom.
dick and then disowned you for 2 months?
Didn't disown me. I was in college. I still was like, hey, Dad, can you make sure that money's going through? 'Cause
Yeah, this is what we're paying for. This
Yeah.
college. This is what you're learning. You know, you guys talk about all the things you're having sex with as a kid, and it started making my brain go a little more. I do remember the video game controller vibration.
Oh, nice.
Which controller?
The N64 had a rumble pack.
You had the Rumble
I
Pack?
had the
Were
rumble
you
You're
pack.
just playing Call of Duty, just killing Iraqis. Like, just coming in your pants. They're like, whoa.
Someone shoot me!
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
he's
I
a
had the
true
rumble pack.
hero. He comes to this.
Yeah, I remember that though. Holding that on your penis.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's nice.
Yeah, it was. I forgot all about that. I
Yeah.
thought about that in a long time.
It's weird, though, because I don't understand that really making the game any better, just that the thing shakes. Like, does it, like, when you're
You see
playing?
how having a hard dick could make you
No,
enjoy life more?
I get that, but I'm saying outside of using it for a masturbatory
I think.
purpose.
Well, I think playing like a shooting game, it does like alert you that you're getting shot, other than also.
Oh,
seeing
that's
it.
a good point. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you can't see people shooting you from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot me.
Yeah. Just get me. Yeah.
Wait, were you rich?
No, I wouldn't say we were rich, but my
That means
parents.
he's rich.
No, I wouldn't say we were rich, but we were well off. My parents worked
Nigga,
hard.
it's always that sentence. Why is it always that sentence?
Bro.
I wouldn't say we were rich, but we were well off. That's the most rich sounding thing that you can say.
Yeah.
It's a little less
all
rich.
right. We're better than all of you.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
It's a little less rich to say we were like upper middle class. That's less rich than we were well off. But the reason I brought it up is because I was curious, because in my mind, in my dumb kid brain, if you had a rumble pack and like a save pack, then you were rich.
Yeah.
Even though like I had an N64, I was like, well, we can't have
Can't have the rumble pack though.
So that means like we're poor. Like in
Yeah.
my mind, we were poor because like we didn't have certain cereal and we didn't have like a rumble pack and like we had an N64, but it took us forever to get a GameCube. So I was like, we're fucking poor. We're not doing good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's,
I was the same boat as you. It was
Yeah,
it was a boat actually. We were on a boat. Our parents had a lot of money. No, it was like my parents were like I would say like upper. Like I don't know what you. It's hard to tell because like and then I go to New York and like the rich here is like way fucking different.
Well, it also depends where you live. Like I grew up in Dayton, Ohio.
It's easy to have a nice
you
house
guys
there.
had all the discretionary income.
Yeah, what's that mean?
Or
Okay, hold the microphone a little closer.
oh, sorry,
Yeah, good.
you guys had all the discretionary income, which is like just fuck around money. Because like your living expenses aren't that much.
Exactly. 100%.
So like it's whatever.
Yeah, like poor people build houses in Ohio.
Yeah.
Word? They build their own houses?
Yeah, I mean, you buy a land and you have someone build it for you, but like
Wow.
that's a route that like it doesn't take. It's crazy being like this age too. I'm in my early 30s and knowing like my folks were building houses at this age, and I'm like in an apartment, a tiny shoebox apartment in New York, which
Yeah,
it's still
I don't know-
expensive.
I don't know
but
where my dad was at 26. I know he was like bankrupt at one point.
yeah, so
Word?
so my
Yeah,
family.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh wow, what a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was after the Rumble Pack. That's what put us under.
Spent all his money on the rumble pack.
Yeah, I think it like turned around. I think it was when he wasn't pregnant with me. When my mom was pregnant with me, I think that was when It was like, they were like, yeah, we might get rid of this kid. No, but that was never happening as far as I know. But yeah, it's interesting because it was like, my parents are a little older too. So like I remember our first house being like smaller, and then you move up, and then you move up.
Right.
Yeah, but then they moved down when we moved out. Now they have like a townhouse condo kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
That is one thing I like about New York. I'm like, I don't want to take care of any more space than this.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that. It's like there's no point of having like I have all these fantasies where I'm in like a mansion, and then I think about being lonely in it. You know what I mean? I'm like, that sounds like
I like being able to clean my apartment in 15 minutes.
Dude, honestly, like this is what I'll say. I'm going on a wedding soon, and I'm so excited to share a room with my boys because the idea of dozing off to TV with like my homies.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it.
Dude, fucking adult slumber parties are the tits.
Oh my god, it's great. Yeah.
Remember we did that in fucking
Yes,
Maine.
that was. Oh my god,
In
that was so
Portland,
much
Maine.
fun.
Damn.
The festival sucked ass.
It was terrible. The hang was amazing.
Oh man, we had
Get a
a
little
great
closer.
time.
Sorry.
I love a
Closer?
sleepover.
Yeah.
Oh, still okay.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking that you and all your boys, they're going to wake up with smiley faces on their penis. Mike strikes again. What was the festival?
Portland, Maine comedy. I like that this year they emailed. Did you get the email this year? The email. They're like, hey, we've changed a couple things, dude. I did a show where there weren't chairs. Like literally, it was in a weed museum. People were just standing against the wall. Then we did that one show where this is how insane this was. You're on the second floor of a bar. It's just a ledge. There's a ledge that goes out like probably 20 feet above everybody. And then there's a second or a third floor that's up like higher. And you can and there's people down at the bar. So you can only talk to people above you or below you. And it was like you're literally just like yelling at like rednecks at a bar. Like you're like looking down like this to talk to them. And it was so hard because it was like they're not there for the comedy show. It's just total ambush show.
And everyone's high? Is that a weed place?
No, this
then
was
I
a
did-
different one. This was just a bar where there were 3 levels. You were on the middle level, and you're the only one on the middle level. And you had to look up, and you had to look down.
Damn.
And it went terribly.
Yeah.
It was a bad
that's
time.
tough.
But it was so much, dude. I love, like, it's so funny because in my mind, I always worry. I'm like, geez, what if I'm like, you know, the idea of doing the road's really sad and scary. And then now I do it all the time and I love it. Like, it's like I stayed in a fucking hostel this weekend. It was the most fun I've had in a very long time. It's like,
You stayed in a hostel?
yeah, dude.
In America?
Dude, yeah. I didn't know it was a thing until my buddy told me. He was like, dude, you could just stay at hostels. And it's like, no fucking money. And I'm sleeping in bunk beds. And I'll get to that in a second. I want to talk about how much fucking fun. I will say, the hang was incredible. We went to a titty bar. It was a great time. I am a huge...
They went to a titty bar. I didn't go to a titty bar.
Oh, you didn't go?
No, y'all tried to get me to go, and I was like, nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We went to a titty bar, and I will say this. I love strip clubs. I love the aesthetic. I like zebra couches. I like mirrors everywhere.
They had zebra couches?
Every strip club does, basically. Yeah. Zebra couches, just like cheesy design. I like laser lights. I like mirrors all around, so it looks like you're in Scarface. And I love rap where Lil Jon's just yelling dumb shit in the background. Yin Yang Twins. Take the naked ladies out of it. Just me and my friends go to that bar with no girls allowed. I like that. I like that. It makes me happy.
A room full of mirrors. So it's just, you're at like a gym with the lights off.
Yeah.
Just a room full of mirrors with no chicks. Naked.
Just sweaty dudes.
Dude, I did a road gig one time that was connected to a strip club, and I didn't really want to go, but I went with the homies, and I was sober, and it was really sad. But they had the Lakers on, and I was like, "Can you guys turn the game up a little bit?" I like offended the strippers; they were so upset.
Well, that's the thing is some strip clubs are sad, but I think there's a misconception because some of the strip clubs, it's like the women are hyped to rob the dudes, not like really rob, but like they're very excited. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'll steal." And they're like, because I've been to a strip club with a friend before, and they're like, "This is so sad." I'm like, I talk to you once a week about your depression. I know you're more depressed than these strippers right now. They're living life. They're going after it. We went to one time for one of my friend's birthday who passed away. Yeah. Like we're like, you know, it's his birthday, he's dead, but we're doing like a thing for him. And we went to the strip club, and there's always that guy at the strip club who you see that look in his eyes where he's gone. You know what I mean? Like he walks in.
He's why I don't like going to the strip club.
Yeah. He walks in and he goes, yeah. Good to see you guys. I'm gonna go hit the ATM. And you see that like look in his eyes. He's like, yeah, totally. Yeah. Good talking to you guys. And then you see him just disappear.
He couldn't get away from you fast enough.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. I'll catch up with you guys. And you just see him just lock in the ATM, and you can see that the ATM glow on his eyes where he's just like going in. And there's a guy like that who is his birthday was the next night at midnight after a dead friend's birthday. And I just see him get the most aggressive lap dance. He goes, "It's my birthday now." It was funny too because we started a lot. We're like, you know what, he would have wanted this, and by the end of the night, I was like, I don't know if he would have wanted all that. that got a lot, but I love them. It's like, and I don't know, I end up there more often than I should. But
you got to
yeah.
be fucked up. I feel like though.
Oh, totally.
I went
yeah,
sober
I cannot
that one
imagine.
time. It was.
I have a
very
friend
weird.
that goes sober, but he also like fucks hookers and stuff. So I'm like, I get that.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like, he's like, yeah, it's not really true. It's not really. He's like, yeah, the lights are cool. Whatever. I'm just gonna go bang a chick in the back.
Is he ugly?
No, he's a good-looking guy. I think he's just all business. You know what I mean? He's like, let's take care of
Is
this.
this the same guy with the birthday?
No. He sees a problem. Actually, you know what? Most of my friends are the guy at the strip club who's like, yeah. But he sees a problem. He sees a solution. He's like a very business-oriented guy. He's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna pay this girl. She's gonna blow me, and then I'm gonna, keep being sober.
That's such a positive spin on it. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, my friend is not a sleaze. He's not a pervert. He's business minded.
Yeah. He's an entrepreneur.
Transactional. Y'all ever have that friend? I know you definitely do. You might, where you go to the strip club and you don't see him for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And when he comes back, he's always got a bouncer behind him.
Yeah.
And the first words he says are, "Hey guys," and you're like, "Oh, you don't have money, do you?" It's like, "Yeah, can one of you guys go to the ATM and get me money?" And then you got to ask how much, and it's always more than $300 because he got a
I haven't had that.
blowjob
That's
back
crazy.
there.
Yeah.
And you got to be like, "Motherfucker." I have that friend.
I got a friend like that, but he's got a bouncer behind him because he's just getting kicked out, and he's got a ton of money.
He bit
but
one
he's-
or something.
Yeah.
like a goddamn
I have a-
toddler teething.
I have a friend who bit one. I was like, "Do you see? That's like attacking somebody." He's like, "No, it was playful. I thought it was playful, but it was not playful. Like it wasn't like eating her face, but I think it was like." It was one of those things where they're doing like a thing, like they're like hooking up.
Yeah,
And
she
stuff.
tasted like cocoa butter, and then the cocoa butter started to taste like pennies, and something is wrong.
Dude, I will say this: the grossest thing. I've shaken hands with a stripper one time and felt lotion. I was like, "Oh, you just hugged a dude off for sure."
Yo.
Like I could just feel.
Did you feel like little sperm moving on your hand?
yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
I bet you did. You felt a little
Step
wiggle.
I did have a friend do this. I had a friend get blown by a stripper, come on her tits, and pay the stripper to put her tits in the other friend's face. Yeah.
Wait, his friend?
told me about this, and I purposely forgot about it because it was so fucked up.
It was fucked up as like a prank, and he's like, "I got you." Your friend's like,
I
"Ah."
like how she was down for it though, for the
That's
right
cool.
price.
I like when girls are cool for stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it's terrible
for the
but-
right price though. That's fine.
Yeah.
Look, there's one fact about strip clubs, and it's this: a lot of strippers are cool as fuck.
This is true.
A lot of strippers are some of the coolest women you've ever met.
Yeah.
And you don't want to admit it. That's why rappers rap about strippers, because they're fucking cool.
Yeah. And you do feel cool. Like last time I was at a strip club, like T.I. was playing and I was throwing and I felt cool. Like somebody got a VIP. I was like, I know this is all like cheesy facade cool. I'm like, this is still cool.
100%.
For me, it's real.
Yeah,
it's like when you
dude.
go to Disney World. Like it was real to me.
These
Strippers
Disney
and
bucks
T-Pain.
are real.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's not like I don't like spending the money, so I can't fully enjoy it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like,
Dude, that's got to be so sick when you just have like sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I'm with you. Like if I had like money,
Magic
where, like,
City is not like the big
$1,000
Atlanta one.
means absolutely nothing
Right,
to
right.
me,
Yeah.
then I could probably have a pretty good time at a strip club.
Yeah. Well, you also don't want to be the guy there that's just got like $10 and he's
Bro,
just,
I've done
like,
that. You throw up like
really-
a crumpled one.
Yeah.
Dude, I had one time where I threw up.
Keeping one on a string, bringing it back.
I accidentally threw a 20 one time and I asked for it back.
Going-
I was like,
No!
I was like, it's a huge mistake.
Can I get change?
Yeah.
Can you? You're just asking her to break it.
Yeah. Just give me the.
Can you get change from the ones on the thing?
Yeah.
Just like make eye contact and be like, it's 20.
Well, come on. We'll even.
What about food at a strip club?
I heard that there was a strip club in San Francisco, the Gold Club, I think it's called, that had like a bomb ass buffet.
Yeah.
But I chose to not believe that lie, and I
Yeah.
never went.
Yeah, I don't trust that. But because it's like, I don't know how good if they're blowing dudes. What's their health code? Paul, you know, what I mean, there's
Not
no
great.
fucking way.
Yeah, they're not washing their hands.
I'm
before they
sure
make-
it's delicious for a strip club,
Yeah.
but there's no way that buffet is better than Golden Corral.
Yeah,
There's
no
no
fucking
way.
chance.
Yeah, she's like, "You want to dance, daddy?" You're like, "Actually, I just want the fries, please."
yeah. Their business model wouldn't be we have naked ladies. The food's so good, you don't got to bring out titties. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
the food has to suck so much that you're like, all right, we'll naked ladies, we'll bring people in the building.
yeah, it's illogical.
Yeah.
That's really what it. Oh man, now I want wings.
They got wings. I've been to a strip club that had wings.
Well, how were they?
I never ate the food, but
You ate the pussy, am I right?
Dude's podcasting.
Yeah, take that, women. We're having fun.
Your pleasure is our pleasure.
That is the funniest thing, that like Italian thing where like eating pussy's gay.
That's an Italian thing.
Yeah. I saw that episode of Sopranos. Like it was what's his name, June or something like that. And I think it's his name. Whatever. I don't. But I just know, like, my brother in a week's gonna be like, "You got that wrong," but The Sopranos. But he like eats a girl's pussy, and then all the other mafia guys find out, and they're like roasting him for it. And he like flips out on her. He like throws a pie in her face. He's like, "Get out of here, you fucking whore! You're going yapping about me and your pussy." Because they think it's like because there's dicks that go in there,
Right.
But it's like dicks are also going in a mouth. So what, are you not gonna kiss a woman?
And he was the only guy that made a woman come ever.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
entire show.
Yeah.
Man, that's so sad. Because going down on a chick is just a cheat code. Your tongue cannot come.
Cheat code.
You just be in there until the job is done.
Yeah.
And then you get to
You get tired. You can get tired.
Yeah, it is weird when you just like pressing it up against it, but you can't feel anything.
You're pushing the back of your own head.
You guys ever hook up with chicks that like they like it hard, like the tongue pressure to be hard? Like you really gotta.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That shit is so fucking challenging. Cause
Yeah, I
like,
remember when I was single, I would wake up sometimes and be like, the bottom of my like this area would hurt. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Gets tired.
Because it's like they want a lot of hardness coming. Like your tongue is just, it's a soft thing. Like I can only do it
Yeah,
so
yeah.
hard. And they just,
And then you got to go to the doctor. You're like, my tongue hurts. I've been eating so much fucking pussy.
I'll tell you what always takes me out of it, like a little bit. This doesn't always happen when I'm eating pussy, but sometimes it does. A chick, I like to think it's that I'm doing so well that she forgets the context, but she reaches down for my head and then she tries to grab my hair.
That you don't have.
She does this, and I'm over here like, bitch, you felt my bald head with your hand. You know there's nothing to this. So you got to keep it like this and squeeze. You can't pull up.
both hands.
Yeah, that shit always takes me out. Like, if I'm in a stride, I'm like, I stumble a little bit. It's very annoying.
What happens if you tried? Like, does it just go back further? Have you tried
What?
like growing? Like, what made you? What was the? How recently did you decide?
Oh,
to shave it?
like in what way did I go bald? How was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
male pattern baldness? The hairline was getting pushed back some. It wasn't crazy, but it was definitely back. But it was mostly back here was a bald spot.
yeah,
And like the top was thinning, but back here was an actual bald spot. So I was like, I gotta get rid of it.
yeah. I also think that there's always the thing about bald guys where everybody likes to say they're always like, he used to have the most hair out of anybody. That was always the thing. There's always like a bald guy who had like really long hair. That's my dad when I was a kid. I had sick long hair. He's like, you're going to go bald. He's like, it's going to happen. He's like, the coolest guy I knew in high school had the longest hair and he went bald.
Yeah.
I didn't have the best hair, but you still have hair.
Yeah. It was a lie. I should. Every time I go back, I just rub my hair in my dad's
What's your
face.
dad's hair like, though?
It's like thinning, but it's fine. He still has hair and he's like
Yeah.
in his 60s.
You should be good.
Yeah. But then everybody makes some stupid fucking thing. They're like, well, actually, it's your mom's brother that. It's like, no, there's no way there's a genetic code that's like your mom's brother is bald, so now you're going to be bald. Like, that would be fucking insane.
Yeah, my mom's brother was paralyzed, dude. What's that mean for me?
Dude, watch out.
Wait, doesn't that make sense?
No, my mom's brother is bald. Like, I don't understand how scientifically.
Dudes are XY, right?
I have
XY
no
chromosomes?
idea.
Yeah.
All right, here's what I think.
Depends
it
who
is.
you ask.
I think guys are.
Ben Shapiro would say
I'm
absolutely,
XXX.
absolutely, 100%.
I think dudes are XY chromosome. I think chicks are XX. So if we're XY, that must mean that we get our Y from our dad,
Uh-huh.
right? So then,
Yeah, I'm immediately realizing I'm a retard.
So then the genetics for the baldness might just be in the X chromosome, which would have to come from your mom.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I take black that whole bit I just did.
Why did you say you take black that bit?
I take black.
Is that what? Not gonna
I
let
call
you skate past
the race card.
I think. I don't know. It's been a long time
that
since
made
Punnett Squares.
that
but-
immediately cleared that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at a bar because I was at a bar in Providence this weekend, and that's what there was a guy. He's like, "Man, I used to have hair just like you. I used to have so much hair. Like my phone died, so I went to charge it at like a bar, and I was in one of those really good moods where I'm like, dude, I'm sleeping at a hostel, having fun. I'm gonna talk to this random couple at a bar for like an hour, and we had such a good conversation until randomly they're like, "Did you vote for him?" And I've never voted for Trump, but they're like, "Did you vote for him?" I was like, "No." They're like, "Good, good." And I was like, What? Who cares? Now I like want to go vote for him. In the past, I'm like, fuck you for like
just to
caring.
piss them off.
I'm like, I met you for 20 minutes. We're having a great conversation, and now you got to be like, did you vote for him?
Can
I'm
you
like,
think of anything you might have said that made them think that brought that up?
Biden's a pussy. The vaccine is for queers. I'm just kidding.
Put his picture on the dartboard.
I don't know why they would think that. Yeah. But yeah, it's weird when just the momentum of it. And then it was one thing that was interesting though is them talking about like the Ukraine stuff because they, not to get serious, but they were talking about how like they grew up in a time where Russia was like the main enemy. Because like I'm like I don't like us getting involved in shit at all. Like I'm like there's a lot of between here and Ukraine. I think there's a lot of other shit going on that we're not fixing, and then we're like, oh yeah, let's go help there. Yeah. But they brought up the interesting point. They're like, well, you grew up with the Iraq War. We grew up with this fear of Russia, which are like why the two views could be conflicting. Because like they were scared of Russia, and they're like, Russia can't take over their whole childhood. And my whole childhood was, let's not get involved in these stupid wars. You know?
Yeah.
Green Day was making songs about it. Yeah.
They were making slappers about it.
Yeah,
Dude, I listen to
Everyone.
American Idiot like once a week. I'm like, oh yeah. Dude, I was like, I remember I was very conflicted as a child because like it wasn't cool to be gay, but being a rock star was semi-gay, and I was like, should I get eyeliner? It would be cool. I was like, it would be cool, but I don't know if it'd be cool for me. And then I found out the lead singer is bisexual. I didn't know that. Billy Joel, yeah,
Oh.
Billy Joel
Armstrong, yeah.
Armstrong.
Yeah.
Are they all still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, their albums fell off dramatically. After
Yeah,
American
yeah.
Idiot, but Dookie was great. Yeah.
Yeah, that ruled. Did you like Green Day?
No, I just like their singles.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
listened to their albums.
Yeah.
I was still too insecure about my place in the world as a black kid growing up in the suburbs.
That is very funny though.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I went to a Sum 41 concert. Not a single black person in the venue.
No
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of.
Yeah, I do like where blackness is going in some regards, because like now most black people, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of black people will acknowledge that there's a lot of songs like Sum 41 and Green Day that they hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're like, no, that song is great.
Yeah.
I don't know the album, but that song right there,
It's awesome.
like
Yeah,
that Panic at the Disco song.
Yeah.
I chimed in
With the Have You Been- that shit is wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that on.
Those white boys are up to something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were onto something.
Wow. Mhm.
Yeah,
what I meant
it's
to
so funny.
say.
The opposite is like a white kid, because a white kid, you're like any music made by a black person, you're like, this is awesome.
100%.
You're like, I will take
Yeah.
the worst rapper, and still it would be my favorite fucking
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, and for us, it's like white people can't make music.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, you're like, okay, I don't want to admit that this white person is making great music, but they are.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I felt when I started going to like. So I had seen white people do poetry because of open mics, and then I started going to a black open mic poetry thing, and I'm like, it's not even close. It's just like it's not even. Dude, they're just trying to make up struggles. They're like, this one's about my grandma dying. Who gives a fuck? Like I genuinely like, who cares? And then you go to black poetry, dude. It was like I'd have to follow black poetry about like oppression and the police and slavery, and then I'm like doing comedy right afterwards,
Yeah.
which is a real fucking challenge.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I had to follow like a Hotep guy one time. He's like, the enemy's brain is much smaller than ours, and then he like brought me on stage, and I was like, yeah, guys.
Here comes your small brain enemy.
Yeah, but in my
trying
mi-
to make your big brain laugh.
And then I'm just like doing shitty jokes, like he's pretty right. I mean, this guy.
Give it
It was
up
so funny
for-
too because I didn't know how to. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I didn't know how to like riff back then, so I just went into some joke about Uber, and it was just like,
I remember doing mics like that in Ohio.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
poetry. It always was kind of tight though, because you were always a breath of fresh air, being something different than just all the poetry.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get up there with some jokes.
It usually like went well.
I mean, not always, but I think they liked it though, at least.
Yeah. Because the other thing is like with poetry, first of all, I feel like most people don't really have like an ear for it. So you're like, is this terrible or am I uncultured? You're like, I can't tell.
Yeah.
And then secondly, like you have to pay so much attention to poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like comedy, it's like you just have to pay enough attention to laugh or not.
Yeah.
So I can see how
Totally.
that would be nice.
Yeah. It was just always different. And I did have two different mics that I would go to. One of them was like more of a black room, and then one of them was just like the dirtiest white hippies ever.
Yeah. Oh, I would do one of those too. Dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, people no shoes.
Yeah, dude. I think
White
we-
hippie poetry does seem like it would inherently suck ass.
Yeah. Well,
it just smelled in there, and
there's a lot of white people who do a lot of drugs, and they think that's just people in general. They do a lot of drugs, and they think they're onto something creatively, which I get. I remember when I was a kid, I took a lot of cough medicine, and I thought I was finding the meaning of life. Which there's no way God would put that in cough medicine.
Robitussin.
Yeah. This is and I remember I'm like, dude, it all fucking makes sense. I'm like, we're almost there. We're almost, and I was like, it was like I was like almost gonna come, but I was like, I'm onto the idea, and then
how did I get so good at rapping?
Yeah. And then I remember I told everybody, I'm like, I'm quitting. I'm never doing drugs again, because I had a horrible trip, and I was like, I'm on to something. And then you're not. But
You don't think that you were?
no, not on that. I think on mushrooms a little bit. Like I did mushrooms with one of my best friends when I was 14, and we looked identical. And
On mushrooms or in real life?
on mushrooms, and he started to look identical to me, and I was walking, and my hands were moving with his hands, my legs were moving with his hands, and I was like, oh, I'm becoming this guy, and he was kind of a fuck up, and I'm like, I do not want to become this guy.
Oh my God.
And then and he's dead now, and it was like I changed my life, like probably because of that. I still did drugs, but I worked really hard in school. I was like, and it never really clicked that I like didn't want to go down the same path until I was like literally walking down.
I
like you grinning.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because I have another friend who was like, I don't know, like kind of a fuck up, at least fuck up adjacent. And he was telling me that like he did shrooms. I think it wasn't like one trip, he did a lot, but like shrooms like basically made him better, like a better person. Like he was like realizing shit. And he said he had a lot of like bad trips that were not enjoyable, but he was like, fuck, I'm fucking up. I'm doing the wrong things. I got to be better like my family. Fuck.
Yeah. Whatever's in the back of your brain, it just throws it forward. It's like that thing you're trying not to think about. That's why I really want to do them again soon, but I'm so terrified because I know it's just going to be so not fun for people around me.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah. I'm going to be like, I need to be on Reels more. Just like some dumb comic thing.
You make 13 TikTok accounts.
You got to diversify. You can't tie two boats together in a storm.
Dude, I did mushrooms one time, and it was while I was working, which I don't think
That's
is
a great time.
So
That's
sad. What
sick.
job were you doing?
Bro, I was a janitor. But not
Please tell me you quit janitoring after the mushrooms. Like, what am I doing with my life?
I think I did. But listen, it wasn't like 7th grade, middle school. He's gay janitor. Not that. It was like we cleaned businesses after hours.
Mm-hmm.
So like we would go to like
You were a custodian.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if there's a difference.
I was a custodian.
I was ready
first
to
of all.
believe you.
Yeah.
Like the way that you believe me on the XY chromosome shit. I was like, yeah, custodian.
You had it
He's
all
right.
wrong. Yeah. But like we had keys to like all these places. So like we would like, so I eat mushrooms at the beginning of the night, and the first spot is like a lawyer's office, and we're in this place, and I'm like cleaning, I'm doing things well, I'm starting to get a little high, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. We go to the next place, and it just gets more intense every job we go to. Next thing you know, I'm just in a bank at like 11 at night, high on mushrooms. And like, I don't know. In my head, I'm just like, could I get into the vault? Like, like I went like a criminal route. I was like, see, but then next thing you know, they were like, I'm like mopping in a circle, like SpongeBob or something. Like, I'm not doing, and they're like, just go wait in the car, dude.
Did they know you're on mushrooms?
We all did it together.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Even the boss, we were all doing it together.
Those are,
that's
dude,
sick.
jobs like that rule. It's
Yeah.
like, why do you care so much about your job?
Yeah, it
Like,
was,
you
it
know?
was sick. And then I got home and walked in my house, and my dad was just right there.
Oh,
And I just remember being like, "Hey, buddy,"
yeah.
and I just hit him with my stomach hurts, and I went to bed, and everything was fine.
Do you usually call your dad buddy?
Yeah, I could call him a dad, buddy. Yeah, but I think he called me buddy. Is what?
Oh,
I'm saying. I walk in, "Hey, buddy," and I'm like, my stomach hurts, and then I just that gets you out of anything. Still as an adult.
But shroom it's so funny the interactions because like you're not like really unless you're tripping balls, you're not really slurring your words, but you're saying things that aren't like I remember my mom. I was going to bed one time on shrooms. And then I was like, say goodnight to the moon for me. And then I went to bed. And then I was like, what? Nobody says goodnight.
No
I
one
was like,
says
why would
that.
you say goodnight to the moon for me? I could say goodnight to the moon. And why would any of us talk to the fucking moon? It was fucking wild.
Remember
it
that
was-
childhood classic, Goodnight Moon?
No, I do remember that. But
Yeah.
maybe it was something about that. I don't know.
You just high as shit. It was like a Tuesday night. You're like, "I'll see you on Wednesday, mother."
Yeah. You do that weird fucking thing. But I would like to do it again. I'm terrified of what could happen. But I don't know. I mean, nothing as bad is gonna
When's
happen.
the last time you did it?
Last time I did it once drunk and on ketamine over COVID, but I didn't do it like enough of it.
Also, you were drunk.
You
on
had
ketamine,
enough of it.
So,
Yeah.
there's that.
The worst trip, like one of the last trips I had was right before going to college, and we did drugs all week at Bonnaroo, and then we came back, we had leftover drugs. We took them, we drank a bunch, we started watching the Mortal Kombat movie, and then I realized it was 3 days before moving off to college, and I freaked out. I was like, dude, what's going on? I'm leaving my whole family. And then I threw up a bunch, and then Goro was on the screen. The guy
With the four hands, the ugly nigga with four hands.
Yes, my buddy's like, look at Goro. I was like, I don't want to look at Goro. I don't want to look at Goro. My buddy's
He's
like,
gonna
look at
finish
him. He's like, you have to look at Goro. I was like, I don't want to look at Goro. I was like, ah. And then he was just like, oh. And the worst is Raiden is saying weird things under his breath the whole movie. Like he's like, hey, good to see you guys. Like, you guys are all gonna die. Like he does weird things like that like threw me off. And I remember I told my friend, I was like, I literally said this to him. He was like, "Can you come inside?" I'm like, I literally told him, I said, "It's too purple in there." Like I just told, like it's weird that stuff like that on shrooms can make you like really uncomfortable. You're like that the way the wind is in that room is really fucking me up.
Yeah.
This is wild. You done shrooms one time?
It was just once.
It's just the one time you don't want to do them again?
I would be open to it, but like I'm a lightweight, like when it comes to anything.
Yeah.
So like I just need a small amount.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you do it with people? Like it's been so long. Like I don't know. Is that the
I
best
think
way?
it's more fun to do it with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most things are more fun with people.
Yeah.
I think nowadays you can just get like chocolate mushrooms. at,
Yeah,
like,
I know
get
somebody
them
that
from
got
smoke shops.
fentanyl.
Yeah.
I know somebody that got fentanyl in that.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, and
yeah.
like the branded chocolate?
Yeah.
Well, there goes.
Oh, damn.
that
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
All right, well, I guess I'll just do straight shrooms now. But
Yeah, because it's like he went to a bodega, which we all just assume is safe for some weird reason.
Yeah.
well, because it's branded. It looks like some
I
shit
know.
you would buy in a store, so
Yeah.
it looks safe.
I know, but the reality of it is like you could just make that branding. Like it's very easy, and it had fentanyl in it, I guess. And he didn't die, but one of their friends took it, and then they had Narcan because I guess they already do a bunch of drugs, and then they got him with it. And then they went back and they called the store, and they went back in the store the next day, and everything was just cleared off the shelves for that. They're like, "No, we've never sold mushrooms here."
Oh wow.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I have a
crazy.
friend who's like really big, like a big dude, like hundreds of pounds.
Hundreds.
And he was telling me that he did the shroom chocolate, and he was like, "Yeah, it felt weird."
Well, I
and,
think I know who this is.
and now I'm wondering, yeah.
Yeah, I got who it was. Yeah.
And now I'm wondering if like maybe it had fentanyl in it, but like the nigga's big enough to where it didn't
that's
kill him.
awesome. That's a great defense. Yeah,
You know, like I wonder if that's possible.
Well, I've always said everybody needs to hire their opiate tolerance so that we're just ready to go when we
Yeah.
get fentanyl. You know, we should always just be
Oh, like how assassins microdose poison, so then that
Yes.
way when they get poisoned, they can handle it.
Wow.
Yep. We
That
should
would
always doing
be-
a little bit of fentanyl every day. Give it to our kids. Just get them a little bit ready.
Just
Yeah.
get kind of shot.
Yeah.
So that when you get fully shot.
It is funny too because I don't know why I'm like really mad about people releasing opioid crisis stuff now on TV because it feels so like you fucking nerds. This has been going on for a while. And now you're just like catching on.
Yeah.
There was one. It was talking about like the pill mills in Florida because it was like there's this thing called pain clinics. It's weird because this weirdly was a part of my childhood, but I didn't understand till now. Because like I had friends do heroin in high school, and like I remember one time one of my friends he goes, who didn't do heroin, he's like, "Yo, by the way, there's bad heroin going around." I was like, "None of us do heroin. You're just trying to sound cool and let us know that there's like
Yeah.
bad heroin in the neighborhood." But yeah, dude, I was like, there was a lot of that stuff at my
Poppy seeds they make it
Yeah.
from are not organic. They're GMO poppy seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as much good heroin going around right
Yeah,
now.
I was like, yeah. I remember we're on the car on the way to school. I'm like, yeah, okay, great icebreaker for the morning. But yeah, but I had friends do it, and then they were totally fine. Like they didn't even get addicted to heroin, which is crazy. But they smoked it, and yeah, there's a lot of opiates. I only did them a few times. I did when I was younger. We were staying at like a family place. It was like my grandma's like friend's condo at the beach. And they just had like Oxycontin. I took like 3 of them and just watched like Workaholics and just passed out, which is crazy because in
Whoa.
hindsight, I'm like, I could have died.
Yeah.
3 is more than you. You make me terrified to have kids.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't 3. Maybe it was like 1.5. But that's
Then my kids
it.
won't
Still
be
was
white,
like
so I'll be
pill.
fine.
it was at least a full pill and more than 1 pill. But then and then I went to Boy Scout camp and we took some hydros one time.
Oh.
Some what?
Hydrocodone. It's basically
Oh,
oxycodone.
okay, yeah.
But it was just a weird thing. I remember we're like, my buddies like we're preparing. I'm like, we're gonna get some liquor. We'll get hydrocones and smoke pot, which is kind of sick to be like 14
Yeah.
and just take hydrocones, smoke a bunch of pot, and just like lay in a tent.
Yeah. But
Damn.
But perfect at tying knots.
Yeah. No, I was still terrible at times. Yeah. But I remember
And then have your scoutmaster appearing like they can't even move.
To be fair, this was like 3 weeks after doing the shrooms and coming. So I don't know how much I changed from the shrooms because I was like, I was still doing
Yeah.
fun stuff like that. But yeah.
Do you do mushrooms a lot?
Yeah, I don't do them as much as I want to because, like, I don't know. Well, it sounds like you guys are in the same boat. Like, weed, like, I can smoke weed whenever because, like, I like weed a lot. I have to, like, temper how much weed I smoke.
Right.
But for some reason, mushrooms, like, I'll be wanting to do them, but I'm like, the time is not yet right.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
probably do them, like, 3-ish times a year, like
Yeah.
2 to 4 times a year.
Yeah.
But I'm great at it. I've literally never had a bad trip.
Yeah.
Sometimes I try to have a bad trip just to see what it's like, and I'm incapable of doing it.
Just try to
Well,
go.
dude, I know you're a great guy. This is probably why you don't have bad trips, but I also know pieces of shits that just don't have bad trips. Like I knew guys that would just be total scumbags to be high on shrooms. Like their
Yeah.
highest level of enlightenment is like, "What's up, fucking pussies?" And they like, do nothing. Dude, I had a guy call me a faggot on shrooms. I'm like, that's so funny that like your highest level, you're still like, ah.
His third eye was like, yeah, he's a faggot.
But
for
I've
sure.
talked about this before. I'm like, maybe the answer is a playful use. Is that's what the Buddha wants? I don't know.
I think that's what it is, dude. I think it's not necessarily about being like a good or a bad person. It's about being like purely you. And
Yeah,
the more
yeah.
you that you are on the day to day, the better the shrooms will be. It's like, I don't know, you guys probably don't watch anime, right?
No.
But there's like this trope in anime that happens sometimes where like there might be like a mystical sword or something, right? And it's like only the pure of heart can like get this sword, right? And then the bad guy gets to it first, and like it's fine. It's the fucking evil guy.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out the sword and like, how the fuck did the evil guy do it? He's like, I'm pure of heart, dude. My heart is pure fucking evil.
Ooh, yeah.
And so it's good. And I think that's what the shrooms are like. It's like he
Damn.
can't have a bad trip because he's a pure fucking dick.
Yeah.
With or without the shrooms, he's gonna be a dick.
Yeah. Well, and,
But if you're hiding yourself, then that part comes out and it like breaks through the shell and it fucking hurts.
that's true. And I also think that makes sense. And I also think there is something to be said about playful being mean. Like, it's a weird thing when somebody acts like they're enlightened and now they just lose their sense of humor. They're like, hey, man, it's good to see you. It's like, no, call me a cocksucker. Like, we're friends. Like, when I call my friends, like, retards, and it's like, I love them. And they know that. It's like, you could still have some level of that without, and it goes two ways. Either people do too much psychedelic drugs or they become too religious. And all of a sudden they go, hello. Like, why do you have to?
Why are you talking like that, bro?
Yeah. It's like there's no way God is up there. It's like you have to soften your voice. It's like no, you can still be fun. It's because then there's some people that are enlightened but playful. They'll fuck with you. Like I've heard there's a lot of like weird Grateful Dead people will play pranks on each other and like a weird, but they're like very hippie-ish people that are somewhat enlightened. Not all of them are. Some of them are. I think the word is like there's some weird word about like dark hippies or something like that. Like a mysterious force that's like evil. They're like evil hippies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but then
Like
there's
the evil trolls from Trolls 2?
yes. I haven't seen Trolls
God.
2, but I would
Neither
guess
have I,
to-
but it feels like that would be what's happening in Trolls 2.
but
This time the trolls are evil.
yeah. but then there's like playful people that are enlightened and that kind of But I don't know. I've also been like I feel like
Yeah, you just need a priest that still is like, yeah, you're fucking retarded.
yeah.
Get over here and let me baptize you.
Yeah. Were you guys religious growing up?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
religious. I was deep in that thing.
Yeah, deep in that thing.
What's crazy is I was religious, but not with my family. My next door neighbor, my best friend, his family was very religious. So like I would just I would just go to church with them.
Oh, interesting.
And church ruled. It was so fun. Like they would make it so fun for youth, you know?
You go to a beanbag church?
What's that mean?
Beanbag church. They got bean bags. They got ping pong.
For cool kids.
Well,
like a Nickelodeon set.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not beanbags. You threw me off with that, but they did have like ping pong and we
Dude,
played-
I've been like missing church recently. Like I'm not religious. Like I think there's maybe a higher power, but I want to just go in on like a Sunday. I don't know. I feel there's something about like I just want to go in on Sunday morning and just kind of have like a little.
every once in a while when we
Nick,
visit.
bet money he has writer's block. He just needs new material. He's going to church.
When I visit my girl's family from time to time, her mom goes to church every Sunday, so we'll go with them. Like occasionally. I still go like a couple times a year if we're with them.
Well, it's nice. It just feels nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I get a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
boners in church, but
Definitely,
I
because
do
you're
it.
relaxed.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
something about it, dude. I get fucking rock hard at church.
Yeah.
Wait, are you fucking around right
I'm
now?
dead serious. I think it's dress pants. That material on my feet
Yeah.
feels really good.
Yeah.
But but I just miss. That's not why I don't like go to church. I'm not like I need to get hard. But it's like there's something about just like the vibe of it. I don't know. It's really. But I didn't like youth group. I had a problem with the youth group stuff.
Word?
Yeah, because they were like.
That's so strange. It was the
It was
opposite.
fun.
I
Yeah,
don't-
youth group was the fun part. Church was the boring part.
I don't like people trying to relate to me. It really bugs me. It really pisses me off. I'm like, I know what you're doing right now. Like we had this guy. I could say his name, whatever. His name's Jeff. That's vague. But he'd always do this thing where he's like, I remember he pulled up a picture of like a strip club. He goes, it says Gentlemen's Club, right? The guys that go there, far from gentlemen. And just like, he'd do shit like that. And then he'd have like, there was like a band that would sing songs. What was cool though is I went to a Christian school in middle school and they had banger songs. They had that song. It's like, behold, he comes riding on a cloud. You know that one?
I don't, but
I
I'm
don't,
digging it.
but I'm digging you digging
you're
it.
killing
It's
it.
like, it's the year of Jubilee, salvation.
Dude, people get fucking really like going at like church,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the music and live.
When the music slaps?
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's funny too because
Everyone's
I feel
clapping
like
on point.
white people only just figured out like you can make slapping music because like black church has always been like
Black
half of a party.
Yeah, black
You
church.
know,
Yeah.
it's always
You
been a
walk
thing.
by, you're like, who? They have the game on in there?
Yeah, they're having a great time. But then white church started to be like, maybe I can make this rock music and just replace like the words with like Jesus stuff.
Yeah.
And then you go to church camp and you're like, yo, this is like Green Day, but Jesus.
Yeah.
So like whatever, I'm down.
Well, that's the interesting thing because most of the time Christian rock sucks. Like most of the time. But which is really funny because they're like, this music's inspired by God. It's like, well, then God's trying to fuck you over. Because like, what God? Like if this is either you're misreading him or something like that. Because what you're making is not. Now, I loved Kanye's most recent. I like Donda. I like even the religious songs on there. I was like, I like these. But I never liked. I don't know, man. I just realized I changed my mind. I listened to Creed a lot recently. I like Creed too.
What about POD? Remember
we
them?
are,
Yeah, bro.
The youth of the nation.
Real quick on Kanye, have you ever watched his live Sunday service stuff?
Oh, dude,
Phenomenal.
those clips are crazy.
Look
I've
it up.
I've seen the one where his hair's red.
So
and
there's
he's playing
tons.
the
There's
piano and he's
tons.
just going
Yeah,
at it.
There's tons of it. He's
They
got.
go in.
Well, what's so
Yeah.
dope is that he gets like a what do you call it? Like the singers, all the background singers. It's
A choir.
He gets a choir,
Yeah.
and they kill it, dude. It's like his music, but with a choir, and it's so
it's
good.
amazing.
It's so good.
Like, have you guys ever heard? Like, the thing that sucks is like it doesn't have like the production value and like the music engineering or sound engineering. So
Right.
like the
Yeah.
quality isn't what it could be.
Mhm.
Right.
But like, have you guys ever heard the Yandi leak?
I don't know.
No.
So like Kanye was going to release an album called Yandi, and then he instead came out with Jesus is King, which has
Interesting.
like some of the stuff that was on Yandi.
Yeah.
But the Yandi leak, if he had released it, would have been like just as good as anything he's ever put out.
Wow.
And it's like maybe like 60% mastered, but there's some like church songs on there, and you're like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
is this? Like there's one where he's just got like the choir going in, and there's another one where he just make Ty Dolla $ign's voice sound like a choir.
No
Ooh.
way.
And you're like, ah,
It's powerful. Huh?
where am I going? It's amazing. I'll send it to you guys.
That is beautiful. Dude, I've like cried on the floor listening to some Kanye West music.
Yeah.
Oh, which album?
Dondo, which is everybody hates, but like Come to Life. That one song, it's like how's it go?
No.
It's like here go all your problems again. 3, 2, 1, you're pinned. And like, you know,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I feel pinned right now in
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I cry a lot.
It was
Yeah?
crying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a
crying.
big crier. Yeah,
You
yeah.
cry a lot?
Not all the time, but I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I never cry.
I hold it in. I hold it in a lot too, but sometimes you just got to let it out.
What
Totally.
makes you cry?
I think a lot of it was the friends passing away.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah, that sounds true.
now I'm not going to get into it, but I'm going through a breakup. So that stuff's obviously like, yeah.
Yeah, and then also sometimes you could just be emotional about something like a breakup, but then you hear the right song, and
just
you
hits,
and
yeah.
you can.
But sometimes you'll relate to stuff. Like I was listening to Who Knew by Pink, and I thought that was about a breakup. And I was like, this is totally me right now. And I saw an interview with her. She's like, yeah, this is actually about my friend dying of drugs. And I was like, oh, this is a different. I was relating to this for a different thing completely.
Oops. My bad.
Yeah.
I fucked up. One of my friends was going through a breakup, and I just found like this new song by Hozier. I love Hozier.
Yeah.
He's like my favorite white
He
musician,
does
probably.
Take Me to Church,
Yeah.
worship. Yeah.
That's him. But he has so many other better songs. Well,
Yeah.
maybe not better, but they're awesome. And he had one song that has like a choir at the end of it, and the choir is like getting it. Like you can hear the layers. There's like the main like and then there's someone over here like and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, yeah.
this is awesome. And the song is called All Things End, and it's about like I think it's about relationships, but it's just like shit ends and that's sad, but new beginnings are also sweet. So
Right,
like
right.
you should be happy that it happened and like move on and be looking forward. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Yeah.
friend, like, she was like 2-3 weeks like broken up,
Yeah.
very new, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, this song is awesome. You should listen to it." And then she was like, "Oh my gosh, why would you send me that? I'm so sad now.
Got her.
I'm crying so much." I was like, "Ah, shit, you
Sorry,
right."
you sent a picture of shirtless guys. sorry.
My bad, my bad.
Think about this.
You're right. I was wrong for that.
Hurry, send her Get Low by the Yin Yang Twins.
You're not in a place to receive this message right now. You're just very sad.
That is beautiful music. I love Get Low. I love the Yang Twins.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah, they're
Atlanta strip
brutal,
club
dude.
anthems, dude. It's just beautiful. Like I love it. It just hypes. There's something about like hype music that just fucking.
Speaking of good singers, T-Pain without the auto tunes.
I heard it's still beautiful.
Oh, you haven't
You
heard
haven't
it?
seen it?
No, is it bad?
No, it's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You gotta watch. You don't watch Tiny Desk concerts, huh?
No.
You gotta watch the Tiny Desk concert. All right, I need to send you guys the Yandi leak,
Yeah.
and I also need to send you
The
the
T-Pain Tiny
T-Pain
Desk.
Tiny
Yeah, no, I
Desk.
would love to see it. Especially being from
It
Florida. I love him
rules.
because
it's dude, he could have made a career. He could have had a successful career without auto tunes.
yeah,
That's how
great.
good he is at singing, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he has the talent Would he have made it? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes there's right place, right time. Like I was looking at,
Yeah.
there's this fat guy who's crazy, and he dresses up in a bunny outfit, and he goes around New York City. He like doesn't really do comedy, but he just like kind of yells about things and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, if this is where Chris Farley would be if he came out today. Like everybody's like, Chris Farley's like brilliant, and he is. But after a while, we would have been like, oh, it's just a fat guy yelling. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and I don't know if that's because Chris Farley already happened or if this is just where we are in time. Because I think he was like an amazing actor, but like sometimes there are talented, insane people
Yeah.
that are just nutcases, and you're like, oh, this guy could have just been, like if they put this guy in a movie, he could probably be like. He's just on the train like, hey, guys, how's it going? Whoop! And you're like,
Yeah.
that's who Chris Farley was in a lot of ways.
There was an aspect of it. What's it called? Like when like one of the big laughs is like just you falling and just eating shit.
Totally, yeah. But it's like, and I don't think like I think Chris Farley lived, he would have like developed. I bet you he would have had a serious like Robin Williams kind of career where he's doing movies like that. But and I'm not saying there's not value to what he's doing, but it's interesting that once a trend already happens, if the same thing happens later, people are like. Nah. So like T-Pain hit the auto-tune well that maybe if he would have been differently different at that time, it wouldn't have
fair.
fit.
I don't think that Farley, like, regardless if Farley happened or not, I don't think Farley would work today. And that's because, like, who can we think of that's, like, very big and, like, very silly, right? Because, like, Farley was super silly. And then Jim Carrey was super silly.
Yeah.
And then Adam Sandler was super silly. And...
But Tim Dillon would be like an example of a fat guy now, and he's not silly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell, super silly.
Dude, Tim Dillon needs to play a cop in like a Batman movie, like one of those detectives just smoking cigarettes. He's like,
He'd probably be great at it without much effort.
yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
He's so great.
Yeah. But yeah, there's
who is a big guy, though? I'm trying to
who's
think.
big and silly right now.
I don't know. Lizzo.
Silliness.
She's silly. She's making her dancers eat bananas out of pussies.
I've never respected her more. It's time to wrap up.
Okay.
What do you guys want to promote?
Check me out. So my Instagram is Nick Taylor Stand Up, and I have a podcast, but all my stuff is available through my Instagram. So Nick Taylor Stand Up. Thank you.
Oh no, I'm yawning at an inopportune time. My Instagram is Ryan Thomas Comedy, and sometimes I put things on there. So follow me, please. Thank you.
Yeah, and I never promote this, but my Instagram is Michael Good Comedy, and also this. If we only have like probably 40 episodes on YouTube, if you're just tuning in on YouTube, because I've just started getting more of a YouTube thing. If you want to listen to older episodes, go to Apple and Spotify. They're all on there. So if you've gone through all the YouTube ones, Apple and Spotify, and thank you for listening.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Mike.